Next thing I want to talk about is something that everybody has been seeing, and listen, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, I mean, it's not that I don't know what to say about it. I know what I think about it, but I'm trying to be an understanding person. It's I mean, I'd love to have the opinion of the ladies that are here, especially since it's Valentine's Day. It's the attitude of Kanye West with Kim Kardashian, and how the Americans seem to true the attitude the Americans seem to have, the black Americans especially. Like, it feels like Kanye can do anything he wants, say anything he wants, and people forget after 3 months. And people are full of excuses. And I don't know. Listen, I can separate a man from his music, right? And I can recognize the genius of a creator as a music, as fashion, and as all the achievement. It's not a problem for me. But when you act as a narcissistic pervert because you don't accept the fact that somebody is done with you, when that person has been there for you all this time. I mean, and you know this thing with American celebrities, your life, listen, gossip will gossip, but your life, do I really have to be the spectator of your life? I mean, listen, I have my little celebrity on my level, 10,000 times less famous than these people. But I try to protect a minimum of my private life. Like, whatever I have going on with a person I date, or my wife now, but even before, and family stuff, the kids, all this stuff. I know what I'm showing, but it's very controlled. And listen, even if I would like, when I separate from someone, it's not something that people will know in the second, and it's not something that I will talk about before month and month or maybe years, because not only I respect the other person, but I also I don't want people to talk about me for other things than my music, the things I create, the achievements I have. And if unfortunately something happens in public and people want to comment on it, it's something different. Things can happen publicly. But listen, I try to never have problems in public. If I'm in a fight with a friend or my wife or anybody and I'm in public, I will say, hey, we'll talk about this at home, or we'll talk about this on the phone. Like, we don't need to give ourselves in a show for everybody. And when Kanye went to Taylor Swift, I think it was the MTV Awards or Grammy, I don't remember, and she was about to just receive her prize, her trophy, and he just arrived out of nowhere, and he said, "I'm gonna let you talk and finish, but Beyonce, blah 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 blah." Personally, I was offended for Taylor Swift, and a lot of people were happy, and a lot of people were not seeing that this guy doesn't respect people. When he thinks something, he believes that whatever he has to say is more important than whatever is going on, and a person's moment is stolen right there. So I don't know how old Taylor Swift was at that time. 21, 22, 23, I have no idea. But you hear receiving something from your peers, and he arrives out of nowhere. And to me that day I was like, yo. And listen, even Obama called him a jackass at that time. And then every time he would say sorry, and then it would be worse. And then, then there was the comment about slavery was a choice, etc., etc. I kind of understood what he meant, and everybody went crazy about it. And then, I'm going back to Chicago, whatever. And then he did something else, went crazy again, and that was, we understand. Listen, we've seen another guy on YouTube called FusiTube go through a manic breakdown. It's a mental health issue when you are bipolar. And you I've been with somebody who was probably a bit bipolar. I commend Kim Kardashian actually for staying so long with somebody and trying to protect that person when he was having episodes, because it's not easy. And I guess she has it. She's done. And listen, understand, when you are with somebody, especially when you have kids, and the other person is done with you, you want to fight for your family. It's normal. But it's interesting how, as a mega celebrity, married with another mega celebrity, what you should do at that moment is really be the more private you can. And here's somebody that is uncontrollable and posts everything he wants, how he wants, because he realizes that, sorry, I'm having allergies again. He realizes that no matter how many billions he has, it's not enough to keep a woman when she's fed up. And it is sad to look at the meltdown and the manic episode. And it's interesting because then you have all the fans and all the followers, the lovers of Kanye. If you say anything about mental health, they will say that you are trying to dismiss him and to prevent him from talking. But the problem is, when you have a manic episode, you have delusion of grandeurs and paranoia. So of course you're gonna say, oh, they are trying to silence me, and I'm not gonna take my meds, and etc., etc., etc. And the fans and the gossip blogs and everybody is making all their money but talking about it. But the team around you should prevent you from accessing your social media and posting all these things that you are posting, because you are attacking the mental health of the person who's the mother of your kids, and she doesn't need that. And it's so interesting how I see it from Europe, because Black Americans, they hate the Kardashians so much, I don't know why, that they don't even want to see it for what it is. Listen, like, you guys are getting separated. It's sad. It happens. And she doesn't want to be with you anymore. Happens to all of us. And you are trying to control the situation and control the narrative. And you are here saying stuff every day. And me, I'm like, yo, like, is there somebody to stop the guy? Because he's been saying all this time, I want to be back with my wife, I want to be back with my family. And at the same time, you're seeing him with girls. And he's there transforming these new girl who's happy with all this publicity, probably. Julia Fox, turning her into a new Kardashian. Like, let's do a photo shoot. Let me dress you. Let me like. But this is very controlling, because even if people are saying, "Oh, look, Kim was on a fashion level. She was like this, and he put her brand there because he has the eye." Yes, that's true. But at the same time, this is very controlling. This is very narcissistic ways of, hey, I'm gonna turn you into the little reality, into an icon, whatever, as if she was nothing before him. And people tend to forget how the things he said about Amber Rose when he was finished. He had some horrible things said about her as well. And it feels like he doesn't, when you are a narcissistic this way, and you are egomaniacal, you tend to refuse the idea that somebody doesn't want to be with you, or somebody disagrees with you, or somebody doesn't want to take sides in whatever is going on with you. And I'm wondering, in the world of American entertainment, how much do we have to see until somebody intervenes? And you have some people, they're so happy to be inside, do interviews with him, have access, see what he has to say, enable his side. And listen, he doesn't have to be silenced, because it's two people separating. Both people are feeling something, and you have the right to feel what you feel. But I really believe that at that level, everybody's trying to use you, and he doesn't see. And it's sad. To me, it's sad to look at everything that is going on. And what up, Sips? Kanye doesn't seem to care that his children with Kim can see what he's doing and how he's treating her. All these things you put online and the things you say online, they will be back to haunt you in 10 years. When your kid is 18, when the other kids are 16, 14, 12, they will see all these things you are saying about the mom, everything, all these things you say about people. And it's interesting because the voice of reason came from the voice of reason came from somebody who's not reasonable at all, usually. And it's somebody that a lot of times I was like, what the hell is she talking about? But there was a post by Azealia Banks, and I was like, yo, listen, she had a lot of great points. I'm still waiting to see what the women think about this. That's true, Joel. So look what she said. Azealia Banks said, y'all are making way too many excuses for Kanye. This is the second time he has publicly bullied Northwest. First with the abortion shit, and then now putting her on blast on his Instagram page as if she's some sort of criminal. Kanye had no problem when she did the magazine cover, when she had a belly top and purple eyeliner with her little buds showing through the shirts. He thought it was fashion, and you all said nothing. And she's right about talking about people, because people, they choose their outrage. Aside from the fact that he's making his business to try and wreck the mental health of the only person around to care for his children, their mother, while he gallivant the street with dirty industry interns, druggy slut bags, eating dirty steaks at less dry dive bars, and is clearly having rapid opioid heroin come down withdrawal type outbursts, y'all want to call it a mental health issue. So she thinks it's drugs. Who knows? I have never once seen Kanye have this much smoke for any of his male adversaries. This is P.S. deadbeat, abusive black man shit, and all you niggas trying to keep the cycle of plantation style shaming and embarrassing young black children for being kids. What the fuck is wrong with this toxic ass culture? Trying to accuse the mother of kidnapping her own child. Was Chicago supposed to be hanging out with him and Julia's horrible cool sculpting while they get drunk and so high so Julia can blow vape pen smoke in Chicago's face? Maybe North is looking for a fun escape because she has to look online and see her dumbass dad always talking about her mother, even when Kim doesn't want to give him the attention he begs for. He turns his anger on her by posting her picture on his Instagram talking about his will, as if she's a fucking piece of property and not a young black girl just trying to be happy. For fuck's sakes, Kanye West is an abusive psychopath and it's beyond mental illness. Stop trying to help him and start trying to help the poor child that he keeps on trying to embarrass and abuse publicly to garner sympathy for his ashy ass. Oof. That's what you call reading somebody. But yo, she has some points. When I was like, yo, these are, what is this? Oh. Why the bank sends me a message at 2 a.m.? Yeah. I mean, she has some interesting points. Is it true that if you do that mix of I'm sad, I'm bipolar, I don't take my meds, and maybe drugs, I don't know. I'm not gonna. This I have no idea. It's up there with these people. And those ugly boots he wears on legs. You like, is somebody going to, then he start going at Billie Eilish, then Kid Cudi, and at a point, I don't know. Like, to me, it is sad. I'm watching this, and sometimes it makes me sad to see that. I mean, when I say sad, I'm not sad. I'm just like, damn, this is sad. And sometimes I'm like, can somebody stop this guy? And it's interesting because people think it's publicity because it's always before an album. But me, I believe that maybe before the album, there's all this stress, and then everything is cascading into all that. But yeah, listen, I've been there, and trust me, it's not fun. So yeah, listen. Good luck to everybody. Prayers for everybody. That's all I can say. I just saw all the Instagram posts that he just did now, and I was like, listen, if you really want to get your woman back, I don't think this is I don't believe that attacking everybody and going from one place to another, I don't believe that this is how you're gonna get your wife back. Insulting her family, etc. And I mean, when you are such a narcissistic and you have the ego the size of Earth, and you have literally millions and millions and millions of fans that are having a cult of personality with you, you will find enough people telling you that you are right. You will find enough people telling you that, go ahead, yeah, she's this, she's that, yeah, you're right, this guy took your girl, blah, blah, blah. You will find everything. And this is dangerous because these are not the right people to look for validation. But of course, this is what you're going to look at because deep down, you know you're wrong. Or maybe you don't know, but you're going to go to the people who always say yes. And you're going to go to your yes man. You're going to go to your circle of people who always tell you that you're right or do what you got to do and whatever. And this is super dangerous. And then you're going to turn into the next version of yourself and like go back to praying, go back to, oh God, Jesus, whatever. And to most people who follow you blindly, yeah, they're going to be like, oh, now we're here, and then now we go back there, and then we go back here, and then it will go again in black radios. And like something that I found interesting is that the only moment where all of a sudden he calls himself a black man is when he wants to be a victim. But the rest of the time, all his heroes are white women, white people, and all these girls are white women. I don't care. Like, you do what you want, but the contradiction is you can see that the person is just a walking contradiction. And it's crazy when in a world where everything is entertainment and everybody's being entertained, everybody's making tons of video about it and generating money from their videos, etc., etc. I'm doing myself talking about it, but I look at it in a way and I'm like, yo, I don't know, like you keep burning bridges, and then the next episode is gonna be when you go back to Chicago, and then you go to the black radios and you say, oh, but in these days of age, I don't think women are looking at this. If they are not your like super fans, I don't think they're looking at this. And especially women who have been mentally abused by their exes or their baby daddies, or people who are having that type of, hey, I want things to happen this way and I don't care, etc., etc. And like, I want my wife, when she clearly says she doesn't want to be anymore. And she was your friend before, so like you've known each other forever. So she's went through a lot of the episodes. She was with you when you decided to go with your MAGA hat. She was with you when you decided to be like with Trump, etc. She was with you when you decided to say all the things that you said. She was always there trying to protect you, telling you, hey, listen, please, he's having an episode, please be. And at a point, it was too much for her. But because of the way you are, you don't even want to realize that and to say to yourself, yeah, I'm going crazy. And then sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh, I want my family back, and then you go back to doing everything to never have them back. And listen, at one point she's gonna be fed up. She's gonna start calling the cops. She's gonna start making it ugly. And for now, she's probably in the hard place that she's like cannot talk a certain way because she has children with you. But listen, some people would not care. But listen, I'm not here to give advice. I'm all I know. I'm separated from the mother of my son. I think we've been separated 17 to 16 years now, and we've never been in a fight. We've never been in arguments. We've always thought, to me personally, and I'm talking about me, not judging nobody, and I'm not trying to tell people what they have to do with their lives, but personally, children's first, family first. And to me, wherever I go, the two people that I have children with, they will always be my family, no matter what. And I will always protect their honor, and I will always protect them for the sake of my children. And yeah, I guess not everybody thinks this way. You can't raise your kids one way, then turn around and criticize it once you are no longer in the household. Learned behaviors continue until that change. Indeed, sister. What's good, ALC? He thought Kim was weak and would put up with his caca indefinitely until she showed him. Yeah. I think some people, they love to... Sometimes I think people who are egocentric, they love to control. And when they lose control, they don't understand. I learned a long time ago that control doesn't exist. Like, all you can do is try to do well by yourself, and yeah, hope that the other person will do as well. What can push a couple to break up? Millions of things. It can be somebody doing something disrespectful to the couple, but it can also be time. Time can just put people apart, and like after 10 years you can realize that we're more friends than a couple, or you don't have attraction for each other. Like, I mean, that question is, listen, if you have more than 2 or 3 relationships, you should know the answer of that. Well, listen, that's all I had to say about that. It's I think it's sad to see where in the US most of these celebrities, whatever they want to do, whenever they want to cry, whenever they just go and take their phones. Where to me, like, if I have a problem and I want to vent about something, I'm gonna take my phone, but I'm not gonna talk to strangers. I'm gonna call Bodhisattva. I'm gonna call my cousin Ladisa. I'm gonna call my best friend, one of my 2 best friends, Lumana or Marcy. I'm gonna talk with them. I'm not gonna talk to strangers. I'm gonna talk to people I don't know. You see what I mean? But those people, they seem to be in a world where the validation has to come from strangers. And I don't understand that, personally. Me, my validation doesn't come from people that I've never met. And that, like, they don't know me clearly. Like, what is this thing where the internet has to be the judge of things? Like, and I have a few celebrities in the US that I've never heard their music, but I know about them only because of drama. And people say any publicity is good publicity, but personally, as a consumer of music and art, all these people, I don't listen to their music. Not because I don't like it, just because I only talk about them, or I only see stuff about them when it's drama. And because of that, it doesn't make me want to listen to their music. But that's me. Maybe some people, that's what they do after hearing. Like, they go, they type their name, and then they listen to some video. Listen, there's some people, and I don't want to say names. Some people, they're always in the news for shit, and I only know them for that. And because of that, and because of the things that they post, and like they post something crazy, then everybody talks about it, then they're not happy that everybody talks about it, so then they get angry online, and then after they get angry, they start crying online. And sometimes the reason that they get angry about, I'm like, there's no reason to get angry about that. And as a result, I'm not interested in their art. And I know only them for, yeah, the bullshit and the drama. And because I stay away from drama, I also stay away from them and their art. And maybe I'm missing beautiful stuff, like beautiful music, but in this world where we have all the choice in the world, yeah, me. But it's me. Maybe everybody else loves it, but me personally, like people who are always in the drama, they don't give me that incentive to go and check them out. But I mean, hey, listen, I'm just a guy.